next thing you know, he was on my side. And then another podcast picked up on him, and then it just started leapfrogging.
And we have Mark Sargent.
Your organization was amazing.
Hi, Mark Sargent.
Hi.
Who better to bring on than our very up-and-coming, quick-rising star, Mark Sargent?
Now I go into chat rooms and people freeze. Like, Mark Sargent's here? Like, come on, just be normal, be cool. I didn't want to wake up and do this. It was something that just seemed to happen. I didn't choose Flat Earth. Flat Earth chose me.
So I spend day after day looking at the Plane Finder global map. I need to watch a few as they cross either the South Pacific or Indian Oceans. I wait for an ocean plane.
I first heard of people thinking that the Earth was flat, in elementary school, but in the context of history. I think it was in the last couple years that I heard that people are still believing this and making a lot of videos on it. So I started watching them because I was curious, and it's something.
Yeah, what's this guy doing? Seems to be going south. Where are you going, buddy? Where are you going, friend? Yeah, where's that coming from, if not the Southern Hemisphere? This is a very easy test to perform.
I'm not sure when I first heard about flat earthers. It was probably about 5 years or so ago. Probably on the internet, I'm sure.
I saw an article maybe 6 months ago. I found it fascinating, right? Because I'm like, if these people can pull it off, they're probably really, really smart.
First time I ever heard about the flat earthers was, I think, when I was in space last, and I saw the stuff on social media. I can't believe I'm talking about this.
How do flat earth theories make you feel, Leo? You feel positive about them?
I think someone told me maybe that there's still people who believe that the Earth is flat. And so I Googled, and then you find websites and YouTube videos.
879 videos? This man is prolific.
And I was fascinated, and I just jumped right in, and I was probably in that spiral for 3 or 4 hours, and I ended up subscribing to a podcast, a Flat Earth podcast, and listening.
This, like others in the series, is something you can
just riveting. I would watch this
for
hours.
Yourself.
They're wacky. They're bizarre. But yet they find this audience that believes them, takes them as gospel. There's enough of them that they can't just all be people wandering around with tinfoil hats all the time. These are fairly normal people, at least some of them.
We go in a little sports bar. A bartender runs over, and she goes, "You guys talking about flat Earth?" Yeah, why? And she goes, "High five."
You go into the office. Is someone a flat earther? You go to a restaurant. Is, the person making your food a flat earther? I don't know.
The very next day, I'm flying out, and I'm wearing a I Am Mark Sargent shirt. And you know where they go through the bag screens. This tall black kid, he motions me, like in Fight Club. "You Mark Sargent for real?" I go, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "I'm not kidding you." He winks at me, and he goes, "That's my name too." And he hands me the bag without even checking it.
They're everywhere.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine. 5 years ago, I started doing this whole brain power program, bouncing balls off hammers, working on my penmanship, working on my memory. Titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. And about 14 months ago, my brain coach, Michael Lavery, said, "Nathan, you got to look into flat Earth." And then the more I researched it, and then I found out that it's actually the biblical cosmology is a geocentric cosmology. Then I realized why they're hiding the truth. It's because they don't want anyone to know anything. They want people dumb, blind, deaf to the truth, so they can inject you with their vaccines and their public schooling and this heliocentric model, which is basically forced sun worship. Did you know they made up dinosaurs? people in the school system to perpetuate this 6-billion-year-old Earth. Oh, wait, the math doesn't work out. 14-billion-year-old Earth.
So I actually ran into a NASA employee at Starbucks, asked him why NASA means deceive in Hebrew. Technically, it's the word nashah, but it sounds so similar.
You hate Americans? Is that it?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
How the hell did you get that?
Well, I just got kicked out of Starbucks for asking NASA employee questions. I ended up getting kicked out of a bunch of Facebook groups, so then I started the group, the official Flat Earth and Globe discussion. It was slow start at first. I just added all my friends and said, hey, talk about Flat Earth. There's no cursing, no insults. That was about 14 months ago, and that's blossomed into 53,000 members. Excuse me, can I ask you a question? Anyone ever told you the Earth is flat? What? I just feel like I have an obligation to tell people you don't live on a spinning ball. I've been telling them for years you didn't come from monkeys. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I run the largest flat Earth group in the world. We're actually filming a documentary about it, so that's how it's done right there. You want to hear some flat Earth music? Next level, ice cold, flat Earth model on my bezel. We got some good books right here. Firmament, Vaulted Dome of the Earth. George Orwell, 1984, must read. This is Edward Hendry's masterpiece, The Greatest Lie on Earth. I'll just read you a little bit from the table of contents real quick. The first chapter is Samuel Rowbotham proved the Earth is flat. The idea people have of flat earthers is totally wrong. You know, they think they're total idiots and they live in their mom's basement and they believe everything anyone tells them. It's quite the opposite. We test everything. We're all either super successful or doing our own thing. And I've met hundreds of flat earthers and none of them are living in their mom's basement, so.
There are millions of flat earthers. It's a fantastic community. Look what flat earth has inspired. So I was the first one to do a flat earth license plate. Then just a slew of them. Everybody started coming in with them. They started changing up the words. It's flat to flat earth, NASA lies, all that fun stuff. There's Arizona, Arkansas, California. Probably trying to figure that one out yourself, aren't you? I'll give you 10 seconds. Ready?
It's flat inside each other.
Perfect. Wow, you're really good. Personalized license plates are not supposed to be negative. But when you look at NASA lies, what do you read? Nasal eyes. Could be a freaking a nose and throat doctor. You don't know. A lot of people realize that if you're a flat earther, you can only date flat earthers once you get into it, because it's too much of a paradigm shift. So there's now flat earth dating sites popping up. Ever since the whole flat earth thing started, I start getting merchandise in the mail. Flat earth paddleball thing with a globe at the end. It's a clever idea, you know, metaphorically. Have you seen this kitty? His name is Research Flat Earth, and like the curvature of the false globe model, he is missing. Every once in a while, someone will send me a book. It is not light reading. A flat Earth watch. I mean, seriously, flat Earth can be put on anything. This is a giant version of the license plate of my car. Flat Earth clock. And of course, this thing right here. That's what makes this community different. Because with every other conspiracy, I'm not going to rattle them off, there's always this dark, sinister, evil, people feel bad about it. This thing really gives people a lot of positive energy, so much enthusiasm, matter of fact, that they make things. I mean, we've got songs.
So we did a little research, and we learned about curvature.
When's the last time somebody made a happy folk song about 9/11?
Greer? Well, I started in broadcasting, if you can call doing YouTube broadcasting, because my father owned a radio station. We've got the jukebox here that was in the lobby of the radio station when I was growing up. It's a 1973 Wurlitzer 1050. It is original, all original, except for the records, the 45s that are in it. Those are all my records. Morrissey, the lead singer for the band The Smiths, is very close to my heart. He was an inspiration to me when I was very young. The song Meat is Murder changed me to being vegan. He's not a flat earther, but there's still hope. Oh my gosh, I love Cass. I don't know why I love them so much. They're beautiful and delicate and selective. Come on, that's good. I have a bunch of conspiracy books, a little vegan section. I have some books that are written by flat earthers, actually. Le Flat Earth. It's all the varying memes about flat Earth. Zen Garcia, Firmament, Vaulted Dome of the Earth.
When I was first doing the flat earth stuff, Patricia comes on a podcast. She wasn't making flat earth videos. She wanted to interview flat earthers. She was like the flat earth reporter.
Hello and welcome to Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. Episode number 15. Episode number 68. Episode number 159. Mark